You can spice it up real quick.
Okay,
Yeah, I
alright.
really to attack
Welcome
Marvin.
back, everyone. This is Session 1, Segment 2. We have returned from our 15-minute intercourse, of which we took a brief period to just kind of chillax, recharge our batteries, and, 15-minute interval break time, I guess I should say, rather. And here we are. Last we left off, the previous segment, we introduced our cast of adventuring heroes to each other as well as to the overall narrative. We went over the main, the prologue, which was, of course, the little like lore bits to it. We through some clever role playing, started distributing a pretty handsome amount of rewards points, namely to Marvin um, and to Valron. But Rak'Shir ended up, Khufu, Rak'Shir ended up getting some towards the very end there. And now our adventurers are looking upon the quest board, and unless they want to continue reading through, it seems like they have singled out the A Friend in Need quest specifically for its very high reward distribution, considering it's a level 1 quest.
I think we should take the quest. Also, I'm sorry you didn't call me out, but I still talked.
Yeah.
I agree with
Yeah, I
No.
agree as well.
Okay,
Why
I mean, and when it does come to accepting quests or making a decision, don't actually like really talk to me. Talk amongst yourself as a group, because I really control just the NPCs and the mobs. The group decisions, the decisions you make as like what quest do we take, what do we do with this item, which way do we go, all that kind of stuff is something you would discuss as a group. And
Alright.
hopefully you would even do that in character as sort of like a roleplay opportunity. But yeah, so you have decided to take up the A Friend in Need quest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Hey,
awesome. So-
Marvin, what is that on the quest board?
Well, it looks like a quest that will give us quite a bit of gold.
Don't forget the XP.
Yeah, but I mean,
Do you
I don't
want
think
to
we
go
really
into
see
details?
XP, you know. Sorry?
Do you want to go into details?
Well, I mean, considering it's so much gold, I assume that it's gonna be a lot of danger, but otherwise it just looks like it's escorting a
yeah, just
wagon of
standard
some
escort
sorts.
mission. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Carrying
I'm
something
sorry. I'm
to-
sorry. Technically, it's not a standard escort mission. Marvin was right on the money. You should be a little bit wary if a quest is giving out that good of a reward for a level 1 quest, because obviously that kind of entails that there's going to be some danger abound. But it's very you're a group of 4 competent players. I'm sure you can handle it.
Of
How
course,
soon is there anything you guys would like to do before you head out, or do you just simply accept it and head out to the outskirts of the town?
I feel like if we're gonna go into this quest as a group, we're gonna like nobody even knows my character exists right now. So maybe
I wanted to go through that. So I know about this tiefling behind me. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was kind of alerted.
Well, by all means, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I believe I did briefly, quickly, like introduce your character, but please, by all means, do like further and feel free to like walk up and make your presence known and kind of interact with the party, and I'll just kind of take a back seat and let you guys role play.
All right then. If Marvin and Rak'Shir seem hesitant to take up the quest, I'll personally get a bit closer to the board to see the details myself.
Okay. You weave your way through most of the onlookers and the just common peasantry, really gawking as we went over last time about the absurd really high payout rewards for this level 1 quest, and you kind of brush shoulders with Marvin here, who turns around and looks to you. What do you do?
Well, I don't know. I guess I'll just keep on walking by because, well, does he look at me in a, I guess, accusing manner or like something that would tick me off? Maybe. Marvin, do you do that?
I don't have any sway over that.
Well, Marvin, how do you look at me? Huh?
I would say I just kind of look at you like, well, all right, you just pushed me, like, all right.
Do it again, we'll have a problem.
Yeah, considering I'm a warlock and you're a cleric, I'm expecting you to just self-destruct at this point.
Self-destruct.
Although,
Well,
I guess
I greet you, of course. I mean, well, hello. You're obviously looking for some kind of adventure, and I don't know. You seem competent. You give off that kind of vibe. Don't you want to like come with me and two other people? Just we could be a sort of party. This is dangerous, you know.
sure. If you're also interested in the A Friend in Need quest, I'll tag along with you.
Ah, of course. Yeah. It's gonna be way easier with another person on our side.
Yeah, it
Better in
will.
numbers.
Also, I just realized one of us is still not at the quest board.
Yeah, Rak'Shir, yeah.
Yeah.
Do I
Staying
see
in the
the
back.
quest board from right here?
No, I'm sorry, you do not.
Okay, so I would like to walk up
Yes, now you can see
and
it. From where you
see.
currently are, you can see the quest board.
Okay, I would like to inspect it in search of other quests as well.
Yeah, you'd like to read through the quest board for other quests?
Yes.
Okay. I will actually go ahead and I'll be getting out the details for the other quests.
Alright.
All of these will be side quests, of course. There's typically only one or two, maximum of like 3 main quests per at like any given time. But I think that you should discuss as a group kind of how you want to approach this, because I don't. Again, normally I would not say this because it's kind of influencing your behavior, but as a experienced dungeon master and also somewhat less experienced but still many hours on the other side of the DM screen playing the characters as well, I typically don't really advise trying to take on more than one quest at a time if it's going to require you to like break up in groups. There are of course times where breaking up in groups is better, for like either spreading and covering more ground. But anyway, go ahead and you just talk amongst your group while I get the quest details for you.
Personally, I think we should take this quest because it's got great rewards, and the 4 of us can probably take whatever comes our way.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Like,
My
what is
goal
so
is 400
beat that
gold.
Warforged and on Minotaur? We'll be fine.
Yeah.
Right. Do you realize that this quest specifies no dangers, right? So we are not knowing what we're
Yeah,
up
we have.
against.
This is true.
I don't think we
Does
really need
any
to know
of
that
you
at this
know the
point.
names like Gundren Rockseeker or Sildar Hallwinter?
Nope. Never
Do
heard of
not
it.
know
Can
either
we
of those
roll
names.
for it to see if
Can we
anyone
recall from our memory any of
One
these
moment,
names?
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Sorry to kind of interject myself here. I believe I heard someone ask, "Can we roll for it?" Was that directed at me as the dungeon master?
Yes.
Roll history.
I was asking if we could roll for like if we know any of these names.
If you know any of these names, roll history for me. Anybody who does wish to make this roll can attempt to make a history roll.
Okay. I'm sorry for asking too much
No
questions.
worries.
This is also just 1d20, right?
1d20. That's correct.
Yeah, 1d20 and your modifier.
Oh, okay. Let me see that.
It says it right there.
Wow.
It's +3.
So would I
Oh,
just
yeah.
type in would I just type in /roll history?
I
or...
suppose I hardly remember what day it is.
Well, hell yeah.
So, all right.
But, instead of brilliant history, can I just like yell to see if anyone knows these names?
You can do whatever you want. I mean, it's Dungeons and Dragons, man. You can do whatever you want.
Okay. Well, then
Not
I
really.
just completely yell out to everyone in the tavern if they know either of the two names.
You see, and I'll get back to what information you've uncovered with your checks in a moment. But you yell out, "Hey, has anybody heard of Sildar Hallwinter or Gundren Rockseeker?" And it's just dead silence. You can infer that everybody is pretty drunk. They've been sipping that ale maybe a little bit too hard, and so the best reaction you get out of that is like some people like some commoners off to the left kind of laugh, not really understanding what was being asked. Okay, so
All right.
Rak'Shir, you do not know anything about either of those characters. However, you have heard passing bits of you have heard the name Gundren Rockseeker before. You've heard the name before.
Very well.
Marvin, going back to your role. You have heard you've heard of Gundren Rockseeker. You still don't know anything about Sildar Hallwinter, but you after pondering and reflecting for a moment, you recall that Gundren Rockseeker is a dwarf that is kind of known for his smithing. He is pretty well acclimated to forges, and you know that he was almost famed as a master blacksmith back in his day before he retired. And that would be pretty much the extent of what you got from your check.
Okay. Yep.
Valron, was that 12-year roll for the history check?
Yeah.
Okay. You don't know anything about Gundren other than that he is a kind of local legend. You don't actually. Marvin is the only one that knows specifically that he's a dwarf and he was known for being a smith. But you do know, like you have also heard the name before, but you actually know a little bit about Sildar Hallwinter. You know that he is a somewhat arrogant high elf that really takes his nobility perhaps a bit too seriously. He is a descendant of the royal family, and you can make the logical conclusion that it would be a pretty big deal if this character, this Sildar character, is not found and returned to his family within like a day. I mean, it should be like your top priority. As a matter of fact, your character's like, oh crap, this is like a big deal. If we don't get this guy returned to his family, they might start sending out town guards and hiring sellswords for
All right.
for this. Now I will say, this is going to be the only time I say it because I don't want to give away too much. Although the things I have told each of you are the only things that you know individually. For example, the things I've told Marvin, only Marvin knows what I've told Marvin. However, as a group, you can still share what you've learned amongst each other as a
Yeah.
group. So,
I was
for
going
example,
to.
Marvin can share his information that he's learned off his history check with what Valron's learned from his, vice versa. So, so go ahead and now that you have the results from your history checks, go ahead and talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah, can I go first, please?
Yeah, go
Yeah.
ahead.
I'll turn to the party and start, and I'll say, I've heard of Gungeon before. I don't know much about him. He's just a bit of a famous guy. But if we don't get the Sildar dude back to his family, we are in very deep trouble because he's a very noble high elf, and if we can't get him to his family, then there's gonna be guards and stuff sent out, and things will definitely get stirred up in this place. So we should our biggest priority should be getting him back.
All right.
Okay.
I know a little bit about Gundren. I can tell you that he was a pretty like famous like he did smithing and stuff. Yeah.
Blacksmith.
But that's probably like about all I know about him.
You also know he's a dwarf. Not that it ever matters.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he is a like a dwarf.
If it helps you,
Yeah.
single out,
He's a lot larger.
like if you happen to see a dwarf, it's worth asking.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Are there any dwarfs in the tavern?
As a matter, roll perception.
All right.
And I just stand
Um.
there, look at those two, and I nod my head and say, "Yes, you're probably right."
Do
Yes,
we all roll
absolutely.
Yeah.
perception?
So,
Or
how do I
I
roll?
think it's-
How do I roll perception in this? Sorry, I'm not entirely sure.
in what?
How do I just roll?
You roll a d20 and then add on however what your modifier is. So that's wisdom and something else. I'm not sure.
I don't
Plus
have
proficiency if you have proficiency with wisdom. I think. Not sure.
so 14 plus.
At the very, very back of the room, the tavern, at the very back of the tavern, you see that there is a very elderly looking dwarf, easily a few hundred years of age, kind of just sitting there next to the fireplace, just napping in a chair. I'll go ahead and mark it for you guys over here. What do you do?
So you said it was a old lady. You said.
You see a very elderly looking male dwarf, yes.
Okay.
He is currently
Yeah.
asleep in his in this little chair here next to the fireplace.
All right. Can I walk? I'm gonna walk over to him.
Okay. What else do you do?
Guys,
Can
do you
I?
see this?
Can we just?
He's going to wake him up. Stop him. There's going to be a tavern brawl soon.
Well,
No.
he is a dwarf, so it's worth asking, I'd say.
Sorry, what was
Go ahead
that?
and
That person is a dwarf, so I feel like it's worth a tavern fight to see if he has any information.
That's true. All right.
You said you wanted to start a tavern fight.
No, no.
Yeah. Okay.
No, no, no,
Can
no,
I?
no.
Can I wake him up?
You really have been drinking too much ale, dude.
Can I wake the dwarf up?
Sure, yeah. How do you wake him up?
I kind of just like tap him, I guess, on the shoulder, I guess.
You tap him, a little lightly on the shoulder, and you see he just kind of slinks down deeper into his chair, now audibly snoring.
All right, this time I kind of like shake him.
Okay, you shake him a little bit, and he starts to wake up. He's still in a bit of a daze. He's like, he reaches for his warhammer and turns around, very almost kind of defensive for almost no real reason. You see, he's probably a bit surprised that he got woken up. Who goes?
I, I put my axe on the table and just ask him his name without telling him who I am.
Oh, he sees you put down the axe as a sort of sign of peace, and he puts his warhammer behind his back again, and fastens it to his armor belt. Well, hello there. Sorry, I'm afraid I've taken a bit of a dooze. You knock him over and he dies. You knock him over and he dies. Just straight up kills an
Game over.
NPC. Um. Hello there. Sorry about that. I must have fallen asleep. Can I help you?
Could I ask you what your name is?
Sorry, friend. I don't really give out my name so freely. Might I ask what your business is?
I'm an adventurer looking for a man named Gurdon Rockseeker.
Rockseeker, you say?
Yes.
Well, I'll be. He's my compatriot. What's gone on?
Well, we're supposed to find him so we can get some a man, a royal man, to where his home.
Well, if he's gone missing, we best find him. He's one of my mates.
All right.
You see, he's maybe a bit too panicked, like a bit too rattled now. He's starting to panic and cause a bit of a scene.
All right. Can I like try to calm him down? I guess.
Okay.
So, like,
Let's see.
wait here.
Try. Give me a persuasion roll.
All right.
Hey, Marvin,
Yeah.
how do Warforged react to ale?
Just kind of goes right
I
through.
don't think they react at all. He's robotic.
Yeah.
I think
I
it's
have
Kind of falls out the other side.
I got a 19.
Yeah. Okay. You kind of put your hand on his shoulder, and you can see he's still very concerned. He looks at you, and you can just see the concern in his eyes for his most trusted friend. He kind of settles down. Well, I'm sorry there. He's a very close personal friend. You see, we both served in the military very many years ago. I would never forgive myself if something happened to him. Meanwhile, I was here napping. Please, you gotta help me find him.
I definitely will. Let me just get back to my group and
Sure, of course.
help you. All right.
Let me go ahead and make a. He is actually going to join you guys as a companion, so let me go ahead and make a token for him.
Yeah. I walk over.
We are definitely not splitting profits with this dwarf.
His profit is that he finds his friend.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
And we get all.
The real reward is friendship.
Yeah, the real reward is the friendships we made along the way.
Yeah,
I mean, it's called.
I would.
Beat me to it. Yep.
It's called a friend in need.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's almost
I
like
invite you.
I set that up intentionally. Ooh.
Yeah.
Good,
No, you don't want to
today.
do that.
I would also like to invite you to think about it, because if for some reason that dwarf dies, we are going to be in a world of hurt.
I'm not gonna let him die.
Yeah, I mean, I
Okay,
doubt it.
I take your share if he dies.
Oh,
I take
no.
I take you die. Straight
That's
up.
not happening.
Wow.
Oh god, poor guy's crying now.
Okay.
If anything, from
Oh, I'm
from
sorry. I
we're
thought you
gonna buy him a
adventurers
healing
value
potion.
gold more than anything.
You do.
Actually, I want to ask, can we buy like healing potions or something from?
Yes, you can.
From
I will get you set up with that in a moment.
yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah, we should stock up on that before we go out.
Okay, I will
Seriously.
sit.
I'm still setting up the NPC. If you can give me a moment.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, sure. No worries.
Marvin, you have some healing spells, right? Or wait,
I
no.
have spare the dying so he doesn't bleed out.
Oh, okay.
But otherwise, I have cure wounds, which does actually use up a spell slot, and I only have
Oh,
2.
okay. Got it. Checking.
Yeah.
15. Let me very quickly go ahead. Sorry, I was not prepared for this. Actually, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and tell you this just because you've already recruited him. This is
Mhm.
a custom NPC that I put here, that is not present in the original campaign. I personally added this NPC as a personal little extra companion you can recruit. He is on par with level 3 adventurers. He has
Ooh.
15
Good hit.
health and 15 armor class, so he's pretty good.
Yeah.
Does he
he's
have
He does have a weapon,
Okay,
yes, and
that's
he
nice.
also has medium armor proficiency, which he has equipped.
all right?
Amazing. All right.
Yeah, he's
Sounds
pretty
like we're
good.
gonna die first.
Yeah.
Yeah, who has the lowest HP here?
You guys should be able to see each other's health bars.
We don't.
I cannot. We
No.
can't see our names either. I think that's
Yeah, I've got 11 HP.
I got
right.
10.
I have 15.
What? 15. Fucking what?
I'm a
Wait a
Baron
second. So this
Minotaur,
dwarf is
so
supposed to be on par with level 3 adventurers, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Apparently.
And he has the same HP as our level 1 guy.
To be fair, he is a Minotaur.